Good morning, everybody. How is everybody doing today? I thought I would do another makeup tutorial. I don't start till 12 today, so I thought I would just do something for you guys to see. I have already blow dried my hair and I'm going to clip it back out of the way and get started. I'm going to start off with the Tarte Base Tape Hydrating Primer, and I'm going to put that on all over my face. So I'll come back once that is on. All right, I'm gonna start off with the Marcel, if it wants to, Flawless. This is the Skin Fusing Foundation, oil-free all-day wear, hydrating, classic ivory. I bought this and I never used it, so hopefully I don't find out today that I don't use it because it sucks. I think it was on sale at Shoppers Drug Mart, and Shoppers is a Canadian company. And if I sound out of breath, I'm sorry. I was running up and down the stairs. It's garbage day today. So I'm going to start by putting a couple pumps on my hand, and I am just going to dot all over my face. Oh, this is really light. I will see what I think of it. So far, it seems pretty hydrating. I don't know why I've never used it. I saw it in my drawer and I was like, oh, well, hey there. So I'm just going to work that in with, I think this is just a liquid foundation brush by Cover FX. And I'm just going to work that into my face. It's fairly light. It's fairly sheer, which is nice. I don't like a super heavy coverage when I put on foundation. I'm just going to put this all over. I'm not going to do my eyes first or any of that stuff. So far, so good. I should probably turn my makeup light on just to see how it settles into my skin. My skin's been pretty dry lately. I did exfoliate it in the shower and I put some cream on my skin. So we'll see how this works. Sometimes I find my chin and around my nose really holds product. Mind you, when it's warm throughout the day, depending on the product, it settles. If it's too heavy of a coverage, it settles in my sides of my nose, even if I powder it or do any of that stuff, and I don't like that. I'll look through the day and I'll see around my nose and around my chin, especially in the fine lines of my chin, that I don't like how heavy it looks. Like, I'm not a powder fan, but I know that we need powder as it's getting warmer, and if you sweat, I just don't like how it breaks apart. And I've been trying the Dream Satin Liquid by Maybelline, and I've been finding that it's been setting around my nose, and I do not like that. So I am going to try this one. So far it looks pretty nice. It is a very light shade. I don't think I'll get away with using it in the summer. My neck, I guess it doesn't look too bad, eh? I was gonna say my neck looks yellower, but actually when I'm looking at it, it looks pretty good. So maybe I'm just overthinking it. Yesterday was my daughter's birthday. She turned 6. We had a little party for her. She got a brand new bike. We have to train her without training wheels. I know some kids learn a lot faster. I don't know if this is like only children syndrome. Okay, so already I can tell that around my chin, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know. It's breaking apart where it's so dry. So I'll have to see what happens when I put foundation on. And above my forehead, it's kind of got little dry patches, and I've already exfoliated and I've got some dry areas. So it does say hydrating. I don't know if I need to do a mask, but my chin, around my nose looks okay. It's not, this isn't horrible, but I feel like even though they say it's hydrating, it definitely does not dry with like a sheer kind of sheen look to it. It doesn't look very hydrating. So I'm going to go in with the Cover FX Cream Concealer. And this is in Extra Light. So I'm just going to use a tiny bit of this, the tiniest amount possible. And I'm going to use my ring finger. And I'm just going to start dabbing it under my eye. I guess I could use a damp beauty blender if I really want even more of a sheer coverage around my chin and around my nose. But I didn't grab that. And even then, it's like, my chin's just dry. It's not fun. So Sadie got a new bike. We got the shin pads and elbow pads and like gloves. So we'll have to try. I also got her a trampoline for her birthday, so we put that up, but it's been so rainy here in Ontario. So I don't know. Hopefully this weekend it will be a little bit nicer so we can actually go out on the trampoline and she can have some fun and enjoy herself. So now I'm just doing the top of my eyelids and working that in with my fingers. I find the heat of my fingers really help work everything in and work the product. I actually really like this concealer, but you have to really use it sparingly. Like it's a little bit goes a long way. Like I find I've had this forever actually, and it's just it's a really nice product. I still can't find my new concealer that I bought. I don't know if my cat smacked it around. I got Sadie to look under the bed and I looked all around and it's just disappeared. So hopefully it pops up somewhere. I don't know if Sadie and my boyfriend's daughter, Molly, if they took it somewhere. I hope not. Sadie knows not to touch the stuff in my bedroom, but you just never know these days with kids. So I am working that around and I'm doing patting motions and patting, just heating the product up and moving it around. I don't know if I'm going to do my chin. I think I'm just going to leave my chin alone. I am going to powder under my eyes a little bit. Let me grab my product. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Long Lasting Powder. And this is, just says long wear. It's in ivory, plastic ivory. I do like my ivory. And I'm just going to use a sponge that came with it. And I'm just going to tap under my eyes a bit. I'm not going to go around my nose today because I'm not liking how throughout the day at work, it just, when I go to look at it, I'm just not a big fan. So I'm just going to leave all that. Leave it alone and not do anything. Now I'm going to go in with the Butter Bronzer again. I still haven't opened my new one. I do like this one. It's in light bronze. And I'm going to take a big fluffy brush and I am going to bronze up my skin some. Just work this in. There we go. And go around under my cheekbones, under my chin, and just work that all in. It's finally nice here. The sun is out. It's been raining for 2 whole weeks and we have not seen the sun at all. And I've missed the sun. Oh, sun, where have you been? So it's so nice to see the sun out. It's a shame that I have to work today. But luckily my work has huge windows. So you can see outside. It's an old house. So the windows are ginormous. And I can watch kind of the world as I'm doing hair and see what the weather is like. They are still doing construction, surprisingly. They did construction for an ungodly amount of time last year. I think they started in April and they didn't finish till November because it didn't snow for quite a while last winter. We actually had a really good winter. There wasn't any sun. Ontario never gets any sun, but there wasn't a ton of snow. I feel like I didn't have to shovel my driveway that often, which was so nice. I think I only did it like twice, maybe 3 times. So I feel like to me, that's a perfect winter. I'm just going to take a small shading brush and go along the sides of my nose. I feel like I'm still out of breath. Like I need to catch my breath. I walked Sadie to school today. I did my, took my garbage out, ran around. So I don't know, maybe I'm just tired, out of breath, or maybe I'm just like all riled up from doing a video. I don't know, but it's funny that I'm kind of trying to capture my breath. All right, so I've just kind of lightly run around my nose. I feel like that looks funny, but I've never liked my nose. Does any of you guys like your nose? I'm not the biggest fan of my nose. I never have been. It's not something that I adore. So I'm gonna go in with the Living the California, California Dream by Benefit. with my blush brush. And I'll just put that on the apples of my cheeks. I'm using a fairly heavy hand. And I'm just working that into the apples of my cheeks. Making sure it's nice. I really like this blush. I feel like it gives you kind of a second skin look. It's got a nice sheen to it. It gives you a nice hydrated glow, and it looks really natural. It is a nice blush. So I'm just really working that in, buffing it into my skin, buffing it into my cheeks. Just really working that in. Okay. And I'll use my hands a little bit to kind of work it on a little bit more. And then I am going to go in with, let me just figure this out actually. All right, I figured it out. This is from my Ipsy bag. It's Daisy and Pearl Natural Radiance Booster by Seraphine. So this is what it looks like. And then I'll open it up. So it's kind of got like a rose gold vibe to it. I don't know how I'll like it. I'm using a clean brush. And I'm just going to do this on the top of my cheeks. Ooh, that's nice. Oh, that's pretty. That's pretty. Oh, it's a nice glow. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it is really nice. I forgot I had this. I don't reach for it that often. I should start reaching for it because I always reach for the Anastasia or Anastasia, whatever you guys want to say. And it's just too powdery for me. I don't think my skin's can handle it. It's really drying, and I can't handle anything that's drying to my skin. I'm just gonna do the top of my nose. I'm gonna get that original light fluffy. Actually, this one's got a shadow on it. Where's the one that I used? Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm gonna use this clean brush, and I'm just gonna do the top of my Cupid's bow. Oh, this is a nice product. Why have I not tried this? See, maybe I was supposed to sit down with you guys. I really like this. I'm just gonna take a little bit more. I'm gonna go inside of my waterline right here. Not my waterline, the inside of my eyes. And then I'm just gonna go under my brow a bit. I haven't even filled my brows in today. I think I'm gonna go for a really soft brow today. And use that CoverGirl that I was telling you guys about. And this is in the Honey Brown. And I am just gonna work that into my brows. You guys can watch if you want. I'm just going to use a light hand and start kind of going in upward strokes with the brow. I like this product. It's really soft. You do have to kind of give it time to dry because at first you think it gets like a little clumpy and you're like, ooh, clumps. But it fills in quite nicely and it gives you a really nice soft look. Like you haven't really put much product on, and I like that. Especially because sometimes my features, I feel like if I have too much makeup on, it can look pretty harsh. So I like having this really soft kind of brow. I could spend my time kind of filling in the rest of the areas that need filling in. I might, I don't know, with my Too Faced Peach palette. But I'm just going to do this first. I don't think there's any other orders that you need to do. Okay, so that's kind of the difference. I'm going to do the other brow and then I'm going to come back and then I'll probably fill in these areas with my powder. All right, now I'm going to go into the Just Peachy palette by Too Faced, and I'm going to use this shade right here. Let me see if that, yep, Peach Tea. And I'm just going to fill in lightly with an eyeshadow brush, like a eyebrow brush, just the edges or wherever I feel like it just needs to be a little bit stronger. And I'm going to go light-handed because I don't want a heavy brow today. Mind you, to some people this might be a lot of brow. I don't know. You tell me, do you just leave your brows or do you actually color them in? I find I need to color them in. I just feel weird without eyebrows. So, and there we go. Just a little light brow today. Perfect. My skin looks so good. And my chin doesn't actually look that bad anymore. I feel like now that I've kind of warmed up a bit, and I haven't powdered it, so it's actually not too bad. Right, I'm gonna go in with a clean tapered blending brush by Elizabeth. Who is this by? By Elizabeth Mott, another Ipsy bag. And I'm gonna dip right into the Fresh Picked in the Too Faced Peach palette. Right here, boom, that one. And I am just going to work that into my eyes with a soft hand in back and forth motions. Now my birthday's coming up. I'm going to be 37. I can't believe it. I don't feel 37. Sometimes when I watch shows and I'm like, oh God, how old is that person? Like, I'm not that old. And then I Google it and I'm like close to the age, or they're so young, you know, and I'm like, oh, that was years ago. Each day is a blessing. Each year is a blessing. Each birthday is a blessing. Don't get me wrong. And I'm so thankful to be alive every day. My daughter's so important to me. She's got her kindergarten graduation photos coming up. So that's crazy. The fact that she's 6. Where does time go? Oh, and she's been in gymnastics and Sparks and she really likes it. So I think the trampoline was a good buy. I myself won't go on it. Maybe I will. I don't know. We haven't had any nice days. I put it up on Sunday. And it's just been so rainy. My backyard is just a flood. It kind of slopes down and just, oh, it's just so floody. It's crazy. Okay. All right. Now that I've done that, I'm going to go in with, I gotta find another brush. I don't know what brush I'm going to use. It's going to take forever. Another tapered blending by Luxie Precision Blending brush. And I'm going to dip into the Just Right, I think, right here. Is it just right? Just right. So I'm going to dip into that. And I'm just going to work that in back and forth motions. Just below that Freshly Picked. I'm actually wearing eyeshadow today. I find that my late shift I can wear a little bit more eyeshadow because I have more time. And sometimes I just don't want to wear makeup. That last tutorial I did, I wasn't a big fan. I think the lipstick shade was a little too pinky. I don't think I'm going to do that combo again. It wasn't one of my favorite combos. Okay. Going to go back into that Just Right, and then I'm going to do the other side and work that in. I love this Too Faced Peach palette. I reach for it all the time. I find all the shades are just perfect and they're great and they intermix really well, and it's just a nice overall palette. It's like it was made for redheads or made for people with warmer skin tones. I don't know what it would look like on someone who's a winter skin tone. It'd probably be a little bit too much unless they really altered their hair color and their foundation color. Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to go under my eyes with the Freshly Picked and back and forth motions. I really work that in. I'm all over the place with how I do makeup, guys. So if it seems like I'm jumping everywhere, I'm really sorry. That's just what I do. I watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas with my boyfriend last weekend. I hadn't watched it since 1998, which I was just like 18 or something, or whenever it came out. 1996, somewhere around there. And that's a strange movie. And I'm just going to use the other end of the brush. I'm using a Luxie 249 brush, and I'm going to go into the Just Right again. And I'm just going to do the corners a little bit, and then I'm going to blend that. The faces you make. If you see my cat in the background, he's coming out to say hi. Okay, and I'm going to figure out what I'm going to put on my eyelid. I've decided I'm going to be a little bit wild today, and I'm going to go in with the MAC Sumptuous Olive. This is one of my favorite shades of all time. I love it. Just alone on itself is just beautiful. I remember years ago, a girl I worked with was wearing it. I'm just going to wet it with the NYX, my brush with the NYX Dewy Finish right here. I might go in with my finger, I don't know. But I'm going to see how it goes with the brush that's been wet. Anyways, so I worked with this girl and she came in one day. She was actually a blonde and she was probably more of like a summer skin tone. But she had green eyes also. And I thought, what are you wearing? And I said that to her because it was just such a beautiful, beautiful shade. And I just fell in love. And I still love it to this day. And when I've hit pan and run out of this color, I will go back and I will purchase some more because I just love this color. I'm going to put a little bit just on the inside of my eye right here. Oh, if you guys can see. Boop. And then I'm just going to do the other eye. Oh, this color. I don't know if anybody's a fan of green. Green is my favorite shade in the whole world, especially moss green. So if anybody ever said, what is your favorite color? I would say moss green. Now I'm going to use my ring finger and I'm just going to rub that back and forth and I'm just going to really pack that in with my finger. Just to make sure. Boom. Wow, I'm not used to wearing this much eyeshadow. Gorgeous. I'm going to go back in with my blending brush and just make sure that the lines are nice. Kind of marry those two together. That actually looks really pretty. If you guys can see. Yeah, it's not bad. I'm going to go in with a small liner brush. And I'm going to dip back into that Just Peachy palette. And I'm going to dip into the chocolate dipped, which is right here. And I'm just going to line the top of my eye and a little bit of the underneath of my eye and kind of work that into my eyelash line. Once I've done that, I'll be right back. All right, that's what it looks like. If you guys can see. Now I'm going to curl my lashes and then I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl Flourish Last Blast in brown. I think I'm just going to do brown mascara today. Oh my gosh. Come on. There we go. So I will curl my lashes and come back once the mascara's on. All right. Because I use brown, I think I'm just going to go in with my original tapered brush, dip back into the chocolate dipped, and I'm going to grab with a clean finger and I'm just going to really work that into my lower lash line. Just because the brown is so subtle, the brown mascara, but that's okay. I don't want to have like this bold eye. I mean, maybe later on tonight, around like 6:30, I'll be like, oh, my makeup, you know, in the lighting, but I don't want to do anything insane. Okay, so eyes are done. I'm just going to keep it very simple today. I'm going to add a little bit more blush. I'm going to go in with the Bang Beauty. If you guys can see that. And this is Smoked Peach. Right here. This is another really sheer kind of sheen. Pretty blush. I'm going to go in with a clean brush. And I'm just going to dip in and just do that on the very apples of my cheeks. It's so subtle, you're not even going to really notice. I just want that little extra bit of pink with my peach. And maybe I don't need this. Maybe this is excessive. But I am excessive with blush. I'm going to go in with my original blush brush. It's still got the product on from the Benefit Living the California Dream. And I'm just going to really get these two together. Marry them together. I really like that highlighter. I think I'm going to start using it often. Okay, and now I am going to go in with the NYX Dewy Finish, and I'm going to spritz my face. Oh, do you ever get those little eye things? This is such an unprofessional video. Like everybody who has these like amazing backdrops and it's just perfect lighting, perfect setup. And then there's me, who's just doing this for fun. Okay, so I'm gonna spritz my face with a million spritz. I'm gonna fan myself off with one of my Ipsy glam bags. Thanks, Ipsy. My daughter loves these bags because I have an excessive amount now. Just really fan my face off. And I'll show you guys once I figure out what I'm doing with my lips and all that stuff. I'm gonna go in, my stick is so small. I think I bought a new one. Yes, I did. But it's not as brown. So I'm gonna go in with the Essence brand in Caramel. Look at how small that is now. It is just teeny tiny. I've sharpened the heck out of it. And I'm going to line my lips and I'll be right back. All right, now that I have lined my lips, I'm gonna go with my Ride or Die product. This is the Provox Lips 16-Hour Kiss Proof Lip Color, 730 in Make Your Move. I love this shade, love it. It's one of my favorite colors of all time. I feel like it just goes beautifully with my skin and it just is such a nice neutral. It's one of those colors that you don't have to worry. It goes with everything. Sometimes I layer it. And I love that it stays on all day. You don't have to worry about it coming off. Now, if your lips are dry, it's not the greatest. But my lips are pretty hydrated right now, so well, they're not like perfect by any means, but they're it's working. All right. I mean, I gotta clean up my little edge, but I'll just use my fingernail for that because ain't nobody got time to do like the ultimate perfect job. So I'll take this out, put my bangs down. I still gotta put earrings on, but I will bring this closer and I will show you guys how it looks. So this is the completed look. It's nice. I like it. It's very soft and it's not too over the top. So I hope you guys like this look, and I will try to take more time on my videos next time. I don't, that's a load of malarkey, let's be honest. But I hope you guys enjoyed this look and I will see you next time.